Every relationship has cracks, but some reveal more than heartbreak. In a world where appearances mask betrayal, one woman follows the trail to a door she was never meant to knock on. Could you handle discovering the truth was just 5 miles away? Well, when Shade does, it changed everything. Sit back, pay attention, and learn how one unfaithful husband paid the cost of betrayal. In the crowded market of Abeokuta, the scent of freshly roasted corn mingled with the chatter of traders. Shade stood at her stall, hands busy weaving intricate patterns into the client's hair. Her husband, Femi, often praised her skill, claiming her braids held stories within them. Today, however, her concentration was broken by the incessant buzz of her phone. Femi, why all these text messages? She muttered, glancing at the screen. It was Femi. I'm held up at work, might be late. Again. None. Femi has been working late a lot these days, said her friend Bola, who often lingered nearby. Ain't you worried? Shade forced a smile, though unease stirred within her. He's got lots of contracts to manage, you know how it is. But deep down, she wondered. On the bus home, Shade's mind drifted to recent months. Femi's late nights, hushed phone calls, and sudden weekend trips had grown frequent. She sighed, sinking into her seat. Beside her, an old woman hawked ground nuts. Shade bought a small packet, needing the comfort of familiarity. Hard-working husband, eh? The woman asked, eyeing her closely. Shade nodded, the motion more automatic than heartfelt. Hard work is good, but even plantains bend when pressed too much, the woman added cryptically. Shade felt a chill. Maybe it was her imagination, but something did feel off. She shivered, despite the warm evening air. At home, Shade prepared dinner, stirring the rich egusi soup as her mind kept drifting back to Femi's late nights. Finally, she picked up her phone and dialed him. Femi, are you still at work? She asked when he picked up. En. Yes, love. Just wrapping up. Don't wait up for me, he replied, the clink of voices in the background. All right, Shade sighed, hanging up. She sat down at the table, alone. No Femi. Again. The ache of suspicion settled deep, like a seed looking for water to grow. A few days later, Femi arranged a small family gathering at their home to celebrate his new business success. The compound was filled with laughter, the air humid with joy. Congratulations, Femi, shouted an elder, raising a glass. You've worked so hard. Femi smiled broadly, but as he moved through the crowd, Shade noticed an uncomfortable edge in his demeanor. His eyes darted as if searching for something, or someone. She watched him closely, her own heart quietly pounding with doubt. Is something wrong? Bola whispered, always beside her. I'm not sure yet, Shade replied quietly, but she intended to find out. The next morning, Shade woke early. Determined to put her worry to rest, she decided to surprise Femi at his office, a place she'd scarcely visited. There, she found the receptionist typing away. Hello, I'm here to see Femi, Shade said politely. Oh, he's out for a meeting, the receptionist said, after thumbing through an appointment book. Confusion settled like dust. Shade leaned closer. He left early this morning, claiming to be here. Are you sure? The girl hesitated, then nodded. He said it was urgent. Maybe he'll return soon. Shade left the office, her mind clouded with new suspicions. Who was Femi meeting? Later, Shade sat at a roadside cafe, nursing her unsettled thoughts with a cold malt drink. Her phone buzzed. It was Bola again. Shade, do you know where Femi stays on his business trips? Bola asked. voice cautious. What? I overheard him talking at the party, a place in Ibarra, south. I thought you already knew. Shade's heart raced. Ibarra was just across town. Her fear now had an address. Determined to uncover the truth, Shade took a taxi to Ibarra South. As the car wove through dusty roads, a sense of foreboding settled over her. You sure this is right? The cab driver asked, stopping in front of a familiar house. Yes, Shade whispered, stepping out with shaky legs. She knocked hesitantly. The door opened to reveal a child. Mummy, someone's here, the young boy shouted inside. From the shadows emerged a woman, her face a mixture of surprise and recognition. Shade? The woman asked, eyes wide with shock. Yes, and you are? I'm Adiola, Femi's wife, the woman replied, words hanging like a gathering storm. Shade froze, the world around her blurring as the full weight of betrayal settled in. Her heart broke, but beneath the shards, something began to stir, something waiting to take action. Back at Bowler's, Shade sat in silence, fingers tracing invisible patterns on the tablecloth. What are you going to do? Bowler asked softly. Shade, you can't let him get away with this. Shade's eyes hardened. No, I won't, she vowed. It's not just about me now. It's about respect. In her heart, a plan was already forming, a path difficult and dark, but necessary. She knew she couldn't walk it alone. One evening, as the sun dipped behind rusted rooftops, Shade visited Baba Gbade, a respected elder known for his wisdom. Shade, why this late visit? He asked, offering her cola nuts. I need advice, Baba, Shade began, her voice steady despite the turmoil within. Femi betrayed our family. He has another family. The elder listened, nodding slowly. This is heavy, he said, but revenge is like palm oil inside white clothes. Handle with care. Shade nodded, but knew she needed closure more than ever. What next? Bowler asked later that night. Confrontation, Shade whispered, eyes lighting with resolved fire. Her heart ached, but alongside that pain was a strange new strength. At that moment, Shade realized she was walking into a future unknown, ready to reveal truths hidden for too long. What would Femi do when faced with evidence of his double life? Her heart steeled against what was to come, even as dread mixed with anticipation. Shade organized a family meeting at her parents' home, inviting Femi and Adiola along with a few elders. On the day, the room filled with a mix of suspicion and curiosity. All this hush-hush, Femi muttered as he entered the hall, casting a wary eye around. We have things to discuss, Shade said firmly, gesturing to a seat beside Adeola. What? Why is she here? Femi spluttered, eyes darting around. Bola interjected. Enough hiding, Femi. Tell the truth. We all deserve it. Shade stood to address the room. Femi, for how long would you deceive us? She looked directly at him, waiting for honest words that felt miles away. Femi's eyes bulged, sweat forming on his brow. Listen, I can explain. Spare us excuses, Adiola interrupted, tears forming. For once, let's have truth. The atmosphere crackled with tension. Shade met Femi's gaze steadily. Would he continue this lie, or would he come clean? Her heart awaited an answer, yet her soul prepared for war. The room felt like it was holding its breath. Shade stood her ground, waiting for Femi's response. The elders shifted uncomfortably in their seats, eyes darting between Femi and Adeola. Femi finally spoke, voice trembling. Shade, you have to understand. It wasn't enough, Adeola interjected, her voice breaking. Stop hiding behind your excuses. Shade's eyes burned with betrayal. Femi, you've had another family right here, just miles away. How could you? The room buzzed with murmurs of disbelief. Bola stepped forward. Femi, this isn't just about betrayal. It's about respect. You've disrespected your vows, her heart, this community. Femi slumped into his chair, cornered by his own deceit. Outside, in the compound, the evening air was tense. Shade approached Adeola, her expression a mix of sorrow and curiosity. Adeola, I'm sorry you were dragged into this, Shade said softly. Adeola shook her head, eyes glistening. It's not your fault. We both trusted a man who played us. Bola joined them. You both deserve better. Femi's actions have consequences, and he needs to learn that. Inside, the family meeting continued without Shade. Femi's father stood, his voice firm. Femi, you've shamed us all. What do you have to say for yourself? I'm sorry, Femi mumbled, but the elders scoffed. Words won't fix this, Femi's uncle stated. You must make things right by these women. Femi's mother, tears in her eyes, pleaded, Femi, find a way to atone. Don't let this destroy you. Femi looked lost and small, hemmed in by the damage he had done. Shade and Adeola sat together under an old tree near the house, sharing their stories. You know, Adeola said, a sad smile on her face, I always suspected something was off. The late nights, the hidden phone calls. And yet we stayed, Shade replied bitterly, wiping her tears. It's human to hope for the best in people we love, Adeola said gently. Shade nodded. Her resolve had turned to a quiet determination. We need a plan. Shade and Adeola spoke long into the night, forming a pact. They chose not to let anger consume them, but to reclaim their lives and dignity. If we act together, our voices will be stronger, Shade suggested. Adeola agreed. We can't change the past, but we can decide our future and make sure he understands the weight of his actions. They shook hands, sealing their shared promise for justice and healing. The next morning, the community gathered. Rumors of the confrontation had spread like wildfire. Shade, standing with Adeola, addressed the curious crowd. We've been hurt by lies, but we won't be defined by them. Adeola stepped forward, voice steady. We will work together, continue our lives with our heads held high. The crowd murmured approval. Respect for the women grew as they presented their united front. Back at their homes, they began the process of healing. Shade returned to her salon, her deft fingers weaving strength into every braid. Femi, meanwhile, struggled with the fallout. His reputation lay in tatters, clients leaving in droves, his name whispered with disdain. At night, alone in his thoughts, Femi realized he had lost not one family, but two. Determined to atone, Femi reached out to his elders for forgiveness and guidance. He offered to support Shade and Adeola financially, but both women refused. We will stand on our own, Shade declared. Adeola nodded. Your money can't fix what's broken. The community watched, reminded of the cost of broken trust, of the strength of unity, and of the painful path to redemption. As the weeks passed, Shade and Adeola found solace in each other's friendship. They supported one another through late-night talks and shared laughter. Shade's business thrived anew, her clients drawn to the renewed energy she poured into her work. One evening, Shade and Adiola met under the same tree, reflecting on their journeys. "We've come so far," Adiola observed, smiling gently. Shade agreed. "And we've further to go." Just when things seemed to be settling, Femi's mother sought Shade out, tears in her eyes. "My son is sick," she confessed. "He's struggling with what he has done." Shade felt a pang of compassion. Seeing a mother in pain reminded her of the universal ties of family. "I'm not sure what to do," Femi's mother admitted. "Please, help him find his way back." Shade and Adiola visited Femi, who appeared older, his face etched with regret. "Femi, we've forgiven you," Shade said, sincerity in her eyes. Adiola added, "But forgiveness is a journey. You should focus on healing yourself now." Femi nodded slowly, tears in his eyes. "I'm sorry," he whispered, "to both of you." The meeting with Femi left Shade with mixed emotions. She returned to her salon, pondering the complexities of forgiveness and revenge. One afternoon, as she braided a young girl's hair, she noticed the child's gaze filled with admiration. "Auntie Shade, your braids are like magic," the girl said, grinning. Shade smiled, heart full. Legacy, she realized, was not in yesterday's pain, but in today's resilience. In the following months, Shade and Adiola became community pillars, orchestrating programs to empower other women. They held workshops on financial independence and emotional well-being. Their newfound purpose sparked a movement, the stories of their strength inspiring others. The bond between Shade and Adiola had transformed from shared suffering to a foundation of resilience and hope. As the sun set over Abeokuta one evening, both women met at the tree that had witnessed their healing journey. "What now?" Adiola asked, the horizon aflame with possibility. Shade looked towards the vibrant future ahead. "We continue. We build. Together." Beneath the orange sky, their shared laughter echoed, a testament to their courage, to the love they had reclaimed, and to the power they were yet to unleash. And so, even in a world defined by betrayals and heartache, there remained an enduring promise, the birth of a new dawn led by unwavering hearts. Thank you so much for listening to this intriguing story. I hope it touched you or taught you something. For more stories like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the page. And guys, if you'd like to see a part 2, or you have thoughts on what happened, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next story.